If you're enjoying this MedPrep to Go Step 1 podcast, you can now get the content along with the content of the Crush Step 1 podcast ad-free in one bundle. Just go to medprep2go.com and find our new subscription podcast called MedPrep to Go Step 1 Bundle.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Running a business means I wear lots of hats. Luckily, when it's time to put on my hiring hat, I can count on LinkedIn to make it easy. I can post a job for free or pay to promote it and get 3 times more qualified candidates. Imagine finding your next great hire in 24 hours. 86% of small businesses do. With LinkedIn, I can also easily share my job with my network. No other job site lets me do that. Post your free job at linkedin.com/achieve. That's linkedin.com/achieve. Terms and conditions apply.
Every who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and low prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
Hi, and welcome to the MedPrep to Go podcast. I'm Dr. Raj, and I'm always excited to be reading USMLE Step 1 questions, 3 of them. And today's topic is going to be neurology. And we at MedPrep to Go are super excited about delivering high-yield information, helping you practice for your board exams, and being cognizant that we're all on the go and it's hard to study. So hopefully these questions, this podcast is going to help you out. It's one of my passions. And let's get started today. Like I said, 3 questions from neurology. Question number 1. A 48-year-old woman is brought to the emergency department by her husband who is concerned with her lack of speech. He reports that she had been acting and speaking normally last night, but this morning did not respond to his conversation with her. Her past medical history is significant for hypertension, which she's treated with hydrochlorothiazide. Vital signs are within normal limits. On physical exam, the patient's able to follow commands, but unable to speak. A lesion in which of the following areas is the most likely cause of this patient's presenting symptoms? Is the answer choice A, the arcuate fasciculus, B, the cunicus, C, the inferior frontal gyrus, D, the lingual gyrus, E, the superior temporal gyrus. And the right answer is C, the inferior frontal gyrus. The patient is presenting with intact comprehension but impaired speech fluency. These symptoms are characteristic of expressive aphasia, otherwise known as Broca's aphasia. Broca aphasia is caused by damage due to a lesion in the inferior frontal gyrus. Choice A, the arcuate fasciculus is incorrect. A lesion in the arcuate fasciculus would result in conduction aphasia. Conduction aphasia is characterized by intact comprehension, intact speech fluency, but impaired repetition. Choice B, the cuneus is incorrect. The cuneus is located in the occipital lobe, and a lesion there would result in deficits of the inferior visual field. Choice D, the lingual gyrus is incorrect. The lingual gyrus is located in the occipital lobe, and a lesion there would result in deficits of the superior visual field. Choice E, the superior temporal gyrus is incorrect. A lesion in the superior temporal gyrus would result in Wernicke's aphasia, otherwise known as a receptive aphasia. Wernicke's aphasia is characterized by intact speech fluency, but impaired comprehension and impaired repetition. So what is the learning point here? Broca's aphasia, otherwise known as expressive aphasia, is caused by damage to the inferior frontal gyrus. Let's do one more. This is a 7-year-old boy is brought to the clinic by his parents who are concerned about his academic performance. They state that he is constantly in trouble for not paying attention in class and has received numerous detentions for being, quote, off task, air quote. The parents say he is generally well behaved at home, although he does sometimes takes a long time to complete his homework assignments because he is very meticulous and checks his work multiple times to make sure it is correct. The patient is well behaved in the exam room and sits in the corner coloring while the physician speaks with the parents. Occasionally, he stares into space for 8 to 10 seconds, making a slight smacking motion with his lips. Which of the following is the most appropriate treatment for his underlying condition? Is it A, carbamazepine? Is it B, clonidine? Is it C, cognitive behavioral therapy? Is it D, ethosuximide? Or is it E, methylphenidate? And the correct answer here is D, ethosuximide. The vignette describes the classic findings of absence seizures, which generally last less than 10 seconds. They involve staring spells and can include rhythmic movements such as lip smacking. Ethosuximide is the first-line treatment for absence seizures. Valproic acid is another common treatment that is generally second line. Answer A, carbamazepine is incorrect. Carbamazepine is a useful antileptic, but is not successful in treating absence seizures. Choice B, clonidine, is incorrect. Clonidine is an appropriate treatment for Tourette's syndrome. Although the patient is exhibiting some tic-like movements, he does not meet the criteria for Tourette's syndrome as he has no vocal tics. Choice C, cognitive behavioral therapy, is incorrect. Cognitive behavioral therapy is useful in treating obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD. However, the patient spending meticulous time on his homework is not enough to suggest a diagnosis of OCD. Choice E, methylphenidate, is incorrect. Methylphenidate, sometimes goes by the brand name Ritalin, would be the appropriate treatment for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. Absence seizures and ADHD are often confused. However, this patient does not show any signs of hyperactivity and no other signs of inattention other than the staring spells. Additionally, he is only experiencing difficulties in one setting, school, and would need to be experiencing problems in at least 2 settings to be diagnosed with ADHD. So what is the key learning point here? Ethosuximide is going to be the first-line treatment for absence seizures. And as I said already, valproic acid is usually going to be a generally second-line treatment.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay, our holiday you're saving.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
Here's my 30-second story with Guinness. As soon as my sister and I get home for the holidays, we don't even unpack. We head straight to our pub. The bartender already knows our order, Guinness and fries. We laugh all night, catch up with old friends, and walk home with faces sore from smiling. It's one of my favorite nights of the year. That was my 30-second story with Guinness.
Guinness Draft Stout. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by Diageo Beer Company, USA, New York, New York.
Let's do our last question. We have A, 63-year-old woman and her husband presented to the physician's office due to a concern about behavioral changes. Over the past 4 weeks, the patient's husband states that she has been having episodes where she will have a blank stare for 5 minutes and pick at her shirt. Afterwards, she appears confused for up to an hour and does not remember the episode. The woman adds that she often experiences an unpleasant smell before an episode. Which of the following is the most likely location of an abnormal electrical activity causing this patient's symptoms? Is it going to be choice A, frontal lobe, choice B, occipital lobe, choice C, parietal lobe, choice D, temporal lobe, or choice E, the thalamus? And the right answer here is going to be D, the temporal lobe. Focal seizures can be simple or complex. Simple focal seizures occur when the patient is aware throughout the seizure. Focal seizures typically arise from the medial temporal lobe. Patients may experience motor, sensory, and autonomic symptoms. This includes vocalization, muscle movement, paresthesis, olfactory or auditory sensations, and hallucinations. So, what is the key learning point from this vignette? Focal seizures typically arise from the medial temporal lobe. Patients may experience automatisms or sensory changes. Simple focal seizures occur when the patient is aware of the seizure. And those are going to be our 3 questions for today. I hope you enjoyed them. And if you want to learn more about me, Dr. Raj, please find me on social media and check out my book series for the USMLE Step 1. It's called Case Reports Beyond the Pearls. That is going to be published by Elsevier. And for USMLE Step 2 and 3, it's the Morning Report Beyond the Pearls. And I wish everyone good luck.
Been out here all morning. Not a single bite. Guess the fish finally figured it out. Just like hackers do when Cisco Duo's on guard. With Duo's end-to-end phishing resistance, every login, every device, every user stays protected. No hooks, no catches, no bites. Cisco Duo. Phishing season is over. Learn more at duo.com.